Hello. Do not change the channel. You are in the right place. My name is Christie Archer of Christie Archer Designs, and this is my knitting podcast. And for my returning viewers, thank you for coming back. I have a new look, as you can tell. Yeah, I like to change my hair on a fairly regular basis. But it has been a while since I've made any major changes. So my daughter and I decided to go with a soft black hair color for the winter, and who knows how long I'll keep it because I am enjoying it. For new viewers, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy your visit with me, and I am looking forward to sharing all of my makes and FOs and whips and upcoming knitting projects and patterns and all of that good stuff. So we are gonna jump right in. Okay, let me get my notes. Actually, I can probably do this without notes today. Okay, so I have, for returning viewers, you will know that I have been working on a new pattern that is going to be released any day now. I am super excited about it. This is a collaboration with Knit Picks, and it is going to be going out in their, I think it is their October newsletter. It could be their September. Because it is all about Halloween knitting projects, crochet projects, anything yarny goodness. So I submitted my design and it was chosen, and I am calling it the Classic Candy Corn Sweater. And last time I showed my first one finished, and I believe my daughter's was in the works, and you'll have to excuse that she has been wearing this almost every day. First thing in the morning she gets up and puts it on because it's a little chilly in the house still. So anyway, this is her Classic Candy Corn, and this is a striped or blocked design. It is a boxy fit, and it has neck shaping to raise the neck up in the back and to drop the neck down in the front, but overall it's basically like a boat neck, but it's more comfortable than a standard boat neck because it does go down in the front, so it's not up on your neck like this. It comes down in the front. This is made out of sport weight yarn, and this particular one was made out of Baby Bee Sweet Delight, and I went over the colors last time. This was gingerbread, green light, and cannot remember this one. But if you look back at last month's podcast, I go into this a little more detailed. So that one is finished, and she decided for 3/4 sleeves. I forgot to mention that. The pattern is written for short sleeve, 3/4 sleeves, and long sleeves. So you get 3 different sleeve lengths, and the testers have done, I've had quite a few testers pop out 2 of them, and they're doing different sleeve lengths, and they all just look so good. All right, the next FO that I have is the final Classic Candy Corn sample, and this is the one that is going to be in the pattern. I made this one out of Knit Picks Sport Heatherly, and I have to say, I am so in love with this yarn. I wish they had a much wider range of colors to choose from. It's basically, they put it out as like a baby friendly or child friendly yarn. I think it's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It's super soft, but what I love about it is the heathered effect. I love heathered yarns, and this is a very soft heathering. It is not strong, and I think it's because the yarns themselves are in the lighter shades for the baby kind of colors that you would think of using for baby patterns. Anyway, let me just show you what I have done. I think last time I showed it with, because I made it in each sleeve length. I can't remember last time if I showed it with short sleeve or a 3/4 or maybe one of each, but this is the finished one and it has long sleeves. And I am so in love with these colors. Again, if you heard me talk about it last time, I wanted a Halloween design that didn't scream in your face Halloween. I don't normally do holiday designs, but I fell in love with this yarn and I thought this is something that is reminiscent of candy corn without being something that you couldn't wear year round. So this is Peach Fizz, Buttermilk, I think, and then Snowflake. And this yarn is just, I absolutely love this yarn. I'm definitely going to be making a lot more with this yarn. Hopefully it will be a successful yarn on their website and they will put out more colors. That's kind of my thinking. This is a bottom-up design. You start off in the round, and then when you get to where the sleeves go are inset, you will do the back, and it has German short row shaping for raising the neckline and shaping the shoulders, and then you bind off, and then you come to the front and you do the neck shaping and shoulder shaping with German short rows again. Do the 2x2 rib and bind off, then you sew the shoulders, and in the pattern I give you a certain number of stitches to seam, and then try it on, and then you can adjust how wide you want the neck opening. So it really is easy to customize, and it is such a flattering fit. I don't know if I will have final pictures of this before I put this podcast out, but if not, I will pop up pictures of the short sleeve and the long sleeve, the short sleeve and the 3/4 sleeve, so you can see those and see how it fits. It is something that you will want to live in. Running around house, running around town, it is so crazy comfortable. And again, this yarn is heavenly. I highly recommend this yarn. I do not think it is going to be something that pills, which is like a huge pet peeve of mine. So I'm very, very, very excited about that. Now, elephant in the room, what I'm wearing. I am so in love with this pattern. Okay, this is by Another Knit. That's the designer designer's brand name, and this is called Another One Shoulder Top. And I am going to show you the picture. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this. For those of you that do not know, I am in Southern California in the desert. We are still in the 115s-ish every day Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is. Celsius? I should know, but I don't. I think it's up in the 40s Celsius. So very hot weather. But I am looking forward to fall knits. So, but I had to do a few more summer knits, and this is one of them. This is made out of Knit Picks. Oh my goodness, it just left me. What did I make this out of? This yarn is amazing. Hold on, let me see what I made it out of because I don't remember. Mighty Stitch Bulky, and it is, once again, I believe it's an 80-20, 80, yeah, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. This yarn is so soft and silky. It has a sheen to it. I don't know if you can see it, but you may be able to see it because I made my daughter a matching one. She fell in love with it and wanted one as well. So let me see if you can see. Yeah, you can kind of see the shine that it has to it. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with everything. I love the design. It's done, let's see, the gauge on this is 16 stitches. So super, super, super fast knit. I can make one in a day. I did the size, small or medium, I can't remember. And then I did, for my daughter, I did extra small. Now, me being me, I did make some changes. You have the option of doing a half twisted rib or a regular rib. On mine, I don't know if you can see, I did, yeah, you can see, I did do the half twist rib, and it looks nice, but I think I like the regular rib better, so I did the standard rib on my daughter's. Okay, and then this is a bottom-up design, and so you start at the bottom, you work your way up, you do the, I'm trying to remember, I think you do the front panel first, and then the back panel. And then what it says to do, which I just found very odd myself, it has you pick up to do the underarm. I don't know, okay. So it has you pick up to do the underarm. Okay, two changes I made. It has you pick up on the other side of the decreased stitches so that you don't get this ridge. But I had seen one of the other, somebody else that had made it on Ravelry did the, picked up the stitches on that selvage edge. And I liked that better because I like this as a design element. So I did change that. She has you pick up doing these first. I'm sorry, I'm telling you wrong. Okay, she has you pick up doing the long strap first. Then going back and doing this and then seaming here. Well, I did it just the opposite. I did it the underarm first and then the long strap so that I could just pick up these stitches and there was no seaming. So, sorry, my ear will be off and on all the entire time. But anyway, long story short, that is what I did. She did call for in the pattern oh my gosh, a tubular bind off. Wow, my brain totally stopped there. She calls for a tubular bind off, and I just did a regular bind off. I think it gives a neater edge, and I wanted a little more structure there than a tubular bind off gives. So I did a tubular bind off on both of these. So 2 of these, mother and daughter matching, we can be twinsies. And then I did another one, and I did this using Hobby Lobby's Alpaca Twist. This is the yarn that I used. So Alpaca Twist, yarn B. I love this yarn. I want to do a cardigan out of this yarn. I love this color. We'll discuss colors in just a minute. It ended up being a lot bigger, and I gauge swatched, but you know how gauge swatching is. Oops, feather from my sofa. Okay. The gauge, it seems to be the same when I was gauge swatching, but obviously, I don't know if it's a difference in the yarn. I'm not sure, and this has not been blocked yet, so you'll have to forgive the appearance of it, but it's a good bit bigger. So these are such fast knits. These are such fast knits that I think I'm going to remake this one. I'm going to attempt to frog it, but I'm not sure how successful I'm going to be with it because of the alpaca. It tends to, it's almost like a mohair trying to rip out. So I'm going to try. If not, it was an expensive yarn. I don't feel bad about it. I can donate this. But you can see, well, you can't tell because I'm wearing this one, but it is a good bit wider. So yeah, I think when I remake this, I'm definitely gonna go down at least 1 size, if not 2. I wanna measure and do, figure out the difference. So, but I love these. Love, love, love. They're so much fun to make. And whip up really fast and are very on trend and look super cute. I'll stand up and show you this one. Hold on. Okay, I'm wearing some high-waisted shorts, and I did mine a little bit longer than what was called for in the pattern. I just feel like for my age, I don't need to be showing a lot of midriff. So I thought, and you'll have to excuse my belt, it's too big, so it's falling down. I bought it to go with low-rise jeans. So anyway, I think it turned out really, really, really cute. Let me see where I've been getting sun. So anyway. All right. Do that with my hair. That is it for FOs. Didn't have a ton this time, but there's a reason for it. Oh, let me go back real quick on the color. For longtime viewers, you know that I had a color palette for this year. And obviously that color palette was for when my hair was blonde. So I'm having to change my color palette up, and makeup and everything changes when you change your hair color. I think instead of the coral, I'm gonna be going with the cognac or camel or whatever, more along those colors. And I'm still going to stick with the black and white and blue, but I am gonna be changing up that coral. I think the coral with this hair color might not be the best. With that said, before I go into the next thing, I'm seriously considering doing a huge destash, but I don't know if I know D-stashes are normally for people, or the D-stashes I have seen is generally for people that buy the hand-dyed yarns and things like that. I tend to not buy as much of the expensive yarn as I do the big box store yarns or knit picks, or things like that, hobby yarns and those kind of things. So would any of you be interested in a D-stash of mine? I'm seriously thinking about doing a huge D-stash, not a huge D-stash, well, a big one, because again, I've changed the colors, my colors, so I've got a lot of these coral colors that I don't think they're just not going to work anymore. And then some of the yarns I think I have just, yeah, anyway, I mean, it's not going to be all corals. There would be other colors included in that as well. But let me know what you think about that. If you would have any interest in a, sorry, I can see better when my glasses are on. Let me know if you guys would be interested in a D-stash. And I think these may be a little dirty. Hopefully they'll get me through. Okay, on to whips. That I do have, I guess I can put this out of the way. Okay, look at this. Why does my hair always do that? All right, so whips. Oh, well, let me go into one other thing. One of the things that took up a lot of time this particular month was there was a pattern call for knit picks once again, and these are for, I am gonna take those off. These are for, or they were calling for books. So they're going to be putting out ebooks, and those are a little bit different than the patterns I normally do. They provide yarn support, and yeah, this is a little bit different. So I was swatching, doing a lot of swatching for design concepts. My brain is not working today. Today might not have been the best day to podcast. I apologize. All right, so and I will put up my graphic designs of each of these swatches. So one of the designs that I submitted is a top-down raglan, and the theme of this book is stripes. So all of these are stripes, which I love, so I'm happy about that. This is a top-down raglan construction, and it's going to be different size stripes. So you have, 2 bold stripes, and then you have some micro striping. And that was one of the designs that I have submitted. And again, I'll pop a graphic picture of sort of kind of the look. I do not currently have, normally I would use Illustrator to do these, but I got rid of my Creative Cloud because I wasn't using it as much anymore, and I may have to go back to getting it because I ended up using Procreate to do these graphics, and they're just not as nice as I'm used to. Procreate's more for sketching and drawing, whereas Illustrator obviously is more for graphic design. So anyway, I hope the graphics aren't too terrible. Okay, and then the other one I came up with is, okay, so it will be a boxy design. And what you will have here is a panel down the front that will be in bold stripes, and then picking up off of that and working out will be these smaller stripes. And my initial thought was to do each of the stripes going out, have different colors. And I opted to do just one color. So when I submitted it, I altered the swatch. I'll pop a picture here of the swatch that I actually submitted, and changed all of the stripes to blue. So I changed these 2 stripes to blue in editing. And this will have a picked up crew neck. And the fun thing about this is, well, now I can't remember because I did 2 different boxies, and let me see how I did the sleeve design on this one, because here, let's see. Okay, so yeah, okay, so on this one I just did solid sleeves. So you'll have solid, and I'm doing them in black. So you'll have solid black sleeves coming down, and then the back panel is solid black. So anyway, I thought that was a lot of fun. And these are both, if they are selected, they will both be created out of Knit Picks Shine Sport. That will be really cute, I think, because these are going to be more in the springtime. So Shine is a bamboo and cotton, and I thought that would be really cute. Again, both of those will have sleeve options for short, 3/4, and long. And then the final swatch that I did, I ended up not submitting this one for the book, because I am going to be, sorry, I'm trying to get to my, I have an itch. I am going to be working with Blackbird, oh my goodness, Blackbird Sycamore, what? Blackbird Sycamore, she has an Etsy shop, and I'm trying to get, oh, it's just Blackbird Sycamore. Okay, sorry. I was thinking there was something else after that. So Blackbird Sycamore, who is Stephanie, she and I are going to be working on this next design together. It is once again a boxy fit. I'm really enjoying the fit and feel and the wearability of these boxy fits. This construction, though, each of them they're each going to be a different construction. My first one is bottom up. This one is done in panels and worked that way. This one is going to be top down. It is going to be, it will have a crew neck as well, but it has a rolled neckline, I believe. I'm still playing around with the neckline just a little bit. So the sample here is definitely not going to be how it's going to look, but it may be similar to this. Okay, so this one is once again stripes, because I thought I was going to be submitting this to the Knit Picks design. And so it will be done. You will do the back panel from the top down to the bottom of the armhole. You will pick up and do the front down to the armhole. Then you will work in the round down from there, pick up the sleeves, and work down to the cuffs. This is, it will definitely have shoulder shaping, neck shaping, and it's going to have this fun repeat of stripes. So the repeat will be that. So it'll have this again, and then it will have an additional panel of this at the bottom. So it'll repeat this one more time, and then it'll have this at the bottom. And then below that, it will have another panel of this color, your main color. This is the one that I had fun with the sleeves. So you will have boulder striped sleeves all the way down, and then one sleeve will have a stripe in your accent color. So it'll be, we'll go with my colors. So for example, it'll be gray and white, gray and white, gray and white, gray and white, until you get to one where it would be gray. Instead of doing it gray, it would be blue and then white, and then the cuff would be gray again. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. I'm still trying to, Stephanie has beautiful colors. As you guys know, I'm not one for speckles. She has a gorgeous line of semi-solids, and I'm having such a hard time. Initially, I was thinking she has colors very similar to this, and initially I was thinking this, and it may be what I end up with. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I don't know her color. She has this green color. I think she calls it lettuce. Oh my goodness. I'll see if I can pop a picture of her lettuce colorway up here. So many beautiful colors. I'm having a hard time narrowing it down. But so those took up a good bit of time because there's a lot of knitting and ripping and, you know, redoing and all of this. So that's why I didn't get a whole lot of knitting done this month. But that is it on that. Next up, I'm going to go into the my whips, my works in progress. And let's see, okay, what am I going to start with? I think I'm going to start with the George's top. This is by, this is another summer top. I'm sorry for all of you that are going into winter, going into fall and all of that, but this, I promise, is my last summer top. So this is the George's top, and it is by Calibri, written by Calibri by Johanna. I'm not sure what all of that means. By Calibri by Johanna. But this is an adorable top. It calls for Knitting for Olives silk yarn. Sorry, it took me a minute. And I think it's 2 strands, if I remember correctly. I am making one for my daughter first because I just could not wait to cast this on. It is so adorable. Now, I am not using the suggested yarn for my daughters. I am going to be making one for myself, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and order the yarn, the recommended yarn, and I think I'm going to order a couple of other things. This is one reason why I'm thinking of doing a D-stash, so that there are a couple of yarns that I've had my eye on for a while, and I know I really don't need to be buying anymore. So if I D-stash, I'll be able to get some of these other yarns that I've had my eyes on. So, okay, George's top. It is a bottom-up top. I am using, for my daughter's, Soft Secret, and hers is in the colorway Denim, or color 94. So Soft Secret, yarn B. And it has beautiful drape to it. It really, really does. Again, it is bottom up. Sorry, I'm tying my cord there so I can open it up. And I did change, it does, I don't know if you can tell, but it does not have any kind of hem to it. It's just straight knitting, stockinette. I did opt for a folded hem, and I'm very glad that I did. I really do like that. My daughter likes that. I wanted to make sure it didn't come off my cords. I've already had it come off the cord one time. I have one strap done. It gives you two different strap lengths. I went with the longest, and it does. I've tested it because I was nervous about the rolling. Once you tie it in a bow, it will stay basically open. I went ahead and did a little bit of a pre-blocking for this because I didn't want to go through these bows. Straps take forever to knit. And I think the reason is you knit a few stitches and then you have to turn and situate, knit a few stitches, turn, situate, blah, 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 blah. And it's just this constantly. So yeah, the straps are definitely I'm slogging through those. This top has been, I made like the whole body in one day, and this strap took me like 2 days. This has taken me 1 day. So I'm definitely, and granted, let me say that I get kind of worn out after so long of the constant back and forth. So I'll go on to something else. So it's not like I'm knitting on it all day long, but enough to where I'm like, okay, I need to go on to something else. So I'm actually glad I have more than one project going, because this one, I definitely need it. I'm hoping to finish this for her by Monday. She starts school on Tuesday. She already has her school, her first day of school outfit. And you know what? She's not going to be online until the following week, but she is doing online public school this year. For those of you that don't know, I homeschool my kids. And this year we decided to put her in online public school, and she's really excited. So the first week they are doing pre-testing, or it's just to kind of figure out where each child is, where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are, so that the teachers kind of know how to work with them. And so the first week is that, and then the second week they'll start classes. So that is, oh, and it's being housed in one of my project bags. That, funny story, these were supposed to be my summer release, and I never got them listed. I have them made, I have them photographed, I just never did the listing. So I have the fabric and everything. I decided I'm just gonna wait and list these next summer, and be ahead of the game. I feel like I've been behind the game with my project bags. I'm going to take winter off. I'm not going to be doing any new winter bag designs. I still have project bags in my Etsy shop, and I'm just going to keep those until I'm ready to release these. So these will be coming probably springish of next year. So yeah, that happened. Let me get this back in. I love this green color though, don't you? It's so pretty. I love green, as you guys know. Okay. My next project that I'm going to show, oh, should have shown this one first. Okay, so this is another, excuse me, this is another classic candy corn. It is my last one, I promise. And I started this one, trying to see if I started it before the classic. I'm pretty sure I started it before the classic one, the white, yellow, and orange. But I knew I needed to get the other one done for pictures, so I kind of put this one on hold, and I haven't gone back to it yet. This one has one sleeve, and it's missing the other. This one is done out of, once again, Baby Bee Sweet Delight and colorway. I think this is licorice. There's soft licorice and Baby Bee Sweet Delight. And then Sandcastle, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Sandcastle. And I don't have the yarn band for the white. I think it was just white. I don't remember. But this one is, I love the color combination of this one. And I tell you, if the Heatherly Sport had these colors, that would probably be my absolute favorite sweater of all times, ever, ever, ever. And I do love this. I don't have any problems with the Baby Bee Sweet Delight. It does have a little bit of a static issue, I guess because it's 100% acrylic. But yeah, I love these colors. They're so me. So that is that. I just need to get back to the sleeve and get that finished, because I tell you, even though it's 115 out, I'd wear this inside over a tank top, and if I had to go outside, you know, I could take it off. But yeah, loving that. I really do need to get it finished. It will be finished before the next podcast. Again, in one of my new bags that'll be out next year. All right, my last whip. Oh, this is, I'm so excited. Sorry, I keep taking my glasses off and on, kind of in between being able to see and not be able to see. Okay, I saw a design. Here's the other one. I think I left one of the pictures in the office. Hold on just a moment. I did, apologies. Okay, so how did all of this come about? I think I was just searching on Ravelry for poofed sleeves or puffed sleeves or balloon sleeves, whatever you want to call them, sweaters. And I kind of had in mind what I wanted to do. And in hindsight, I should have just done it myself, but I think I kind of needed the inspiration. So I came across these two, and you guys, I'm sure, have seen them 100 times. I've seen them 100 times. I just wasn't in the state of mind to make them when I saw them previously. So I couldn't decide between the two of them. Let me show you. So sweater number one by My Favorite Things Knitwear. This one I was drawn to. I love the drama of the sleeve of this one. And the fact that this one is a raglan. I really liked that. This is 2 strands of mohair, and it's just stunning. I absolutely love this. Let me show you the other one that I found and was kind of vacillating back and forth. This one is the Saturday Night Sweater by Petite Knit. And this one is a round yoke, which I do like a round yoke, but for this I really wanted a raglan. And the sleeve was not as dramatic. This one calls for a standard rib neckline and hem and cuffs. The sweater number one has a twisted rib. I'm not crazy about a twisted rib. Depends on the design. So anyway, after looking at everybody's project pictures and everything, I will say this. Okay, this one is 4 strands of mohair held together, and it has a gauge of 12 stitches per 4 inches, or 10 centimeters. And this one is 2 strands of mohair, and the gauge on this one was 14 stitches per 4 inches, or 10 centimeters. This is the yarn that this is yarn I've had in stash, and it's special yarn that I've been waiting for just the right project. Where is my tag? Did my tag not make it in here? My tag did not make it in here. I swear I had the tag. Okay, anyway, this is Hobbii Yarns Metallico, and I've shown it on the podcast before. I actually got this yarn in 2 different colors. This is denim, I think is what it's called. Sorry. Maybe I can take a picture of the label and I'll put it up here. This yarn is just stunning. When I bought it, I thought I was buying fingering, and it is definitely a lace weight. It is not as thin as mohair. It's not as thick as Surrey. My brain's not working. It's kind of in between. So the gauge that I am happiest with this is 18 stitches, so like a standard worsted weight. I ended up, this is a long drawn out story, isn't it? I ended up buying the pattern for sweater number 1. And I'm not making it. I'm just completely doing my own thing. These are a couple of the things. First of all, I'm not getting the same gauge. Second of all, I don't care for the twisted rib, and because of the type of yarn that I'm using, it has just a standard long tail cast on rib for, I think it was 2 inches, and then you go into the body. I don't like the look of a basic cast on with this yarn. It's at this gauge. Now, if I were doing a very tiny lace weight gauge, it'd probably be fine. So all of that to say, I decided to do a folded hem. And so I changed that. The other thing that made this pattern unusable for me right now, not to say I won't go back and make it later, but the pattern only comes with 5 sizes. It is not very size inclusive. It does cover my size, but because I'm changing the gauge, I ended up having to just do the math all completely from top to bottom. So I'm not even using the math portion of this. It's a basic raglan. I mean, there's nothing crazy about the construction. The other thing I didn't care for, it has no short row shapings for the neck shaping. It's just, you do the neck, you go straight into the raglan. So so it doesn't raise the neck up in the back and shape it rounded in the front. So everything's changed. So I've done a 1x1 rib folded neckline. I went into German short row shaping, including as I'm doing the raglan increases, and then I'm working on the raglan increases now. Let me show you what I have. Oh, this is gonna be so, so beautiful. Okay. This thread, or this yarn, has back to the glasses again. It has a champagne core to it. And then the blue thread is like or the blue yarn or whatever fibers is blown into the champagne core. I just love this. It's so beautiful. So I did my rolled my rolled neckband, and then that's the front, this is the back. So I just went back and forth doing my German short row shaping and my raglan increases. And now I am just working the raglan increases. This is a design, I think, this is going to be an object, a finished object that I think is going to be extremely elegant. I think it is going to be something that is very wearable for me here in the desert, because it is so airy that I will be able to wear it fall and spring. I'll probably even be able to wear it in the winter time. Not that we don't really get a whole lot of winter here. All of that said, it is very slow moving for me. It took me basically a day just to do this tiny little bit. I'm probably a little over halfway with the raglan increases. 50, let's see. Yeah, I am over halfway. I'm over halfway. I'm probably 2/3 of the way done with my raglan increases. But it's hard to move fast with this because the yarn is extremely sticky. This is not a real mohair. This is all man-made fibers. And it is stickier than regular mohair. So each stitch is slow. You have to go in. And when I've knit with mohair in the past, I've knit with a fingering or with a, whatever. I was with a merino wool. So I was using 2 threads, a mohair and a merino, which helps on you can just knit at a normal pace. This being just straight, this yarn, each stitch is almost painfully slow. It's not painful. This is a very meditative knit. It is a very slow knit. It is one of those that I'm just enjoying the yarn, taking my time, loving the results that I'm getting. It is just stunning. It is sheer. So I'm thinking I want to try to find a champagne colored silk cami to go under it. And then I'm going to be wearing my distressed jeans that are a little darker than this. I love this project. So it was inspired by sweater number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and what was the other sweater called? Oh, Saturday Night Sweater by Petite Knit. If you want to make something like this, I would recommend this one. It's going to be closest to what I will end up with. I will definitely, as a matter of fact, I have yarn that I think I'm going to make this one out of. Or I may just, once again, it's such a simple design that I really don't need a pattern. But anyway, that is it for whips. Now, normally I would go into Happy Mail, but honestly, I don't remember what I've gotten this month. I truly don't. I know that I bought this specifically for this top, and I bought this specifically for the candy corn top. So yeah, I don't really remember what I have purchased. So I'm not really going to do a Happy Mail portion. That said, I am going to do an unboxing because for the month of August, and I've literally held off opening this that long. For the month of August, Daisy Stitch Co. does does a monthly subscription. And you can buy 1 month, you can buy however many months you want, you can cancel at any time. And she includes a pattern. Actually, I think she includes 2 patterns. We'll find out here in a second. In with the box. And she approached me wanting to buy my Simply Irresistible Socks fingering pattern to include in her August subscription box. And she so generously sent me the box as well. I was not expecting this. So excited. That said, I didn't bring anything with me to get into this, but I'm hoping I can do this without getting up again. So this is Daisy Stitch Co. And this is the August subscription box. I'm sure everybody, if it's something that you get, I'm sure it is something you have already opened. I will probably be the last to open this. But let's see if I can get into this without having to get up and get anything. And we will see what beauties are in here. I am not one that I would love to be a part of a monthly subscription. Is something that is just, it just looks like fun to me, but I've just never had the funds to make that happen, to commit to that. So this is really, really, really exciting to me to get a subscription box. Okay, it is done, and inside is, oh my gosh, okay. Honestly, I could not even remember. I remembered the colors, which the colors absolutely thrill me. If you guys know, I love blue and green, and I love blue and green together. This is gonna be so much fun. I know that she probably had no idea when she designed this box that these were my favorite colors. And together, holy moly, I am obsessed. Obsessed, obsessed. Oh my gosh. I'm holding it upside down. Let me try that again. That sock set box. So you get 100 grams of of one color, and then 2, I'm sure those are 20 grams just from looking at them. Yes, 2 20 grams. And these are 75-25 merino nylon. Holy moly. I have got to do something spectacular with these. And for my sock pattern, which is probably what I will do. Oh my gosh, there are other goodies in here. Okay. My sock pattern calls for a 50 gram and a 20 gram because they're basically like shorties. So I could get 2 pairs of socks out of this, doing one with the accent of the green and doing one with the accent of the blue. This is awesome. Look, these colors look so good in my house. Oh, and that, oh my gosh. My favorite color of blue is like a periwinkle. I like a cool blue. Aquas are beautiful, but this, it's like she literally made this box around my aesthetic because I like a yellow green and I like a cool blue, and oh my gosh, I would have picked this out for myself 100 times over. She did so good. Okay, let's see what else is in here. All right. Cute little tin. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me show you. Look at that stitch marker. Oh, and then some light bulbs. I love how everything is coordinated. Holy moly, isn't that gorgeous? So it's like sea glass, sort of. And you'll have to excuse my nails, guys. I'm so sorry about them looking so bad, but oh, wow. Everything is so beautifully packaged. Wow. I don't know how much she charges for these, but wow, she has put some time and effort into these and definitely put some money into them. Let me tell you, I know because I used to dye yarn. And a candle called Serenity. It's like this box was made for me. Oh, this has like a very soft floral note to it. Almost a beachy vibe, but definitely a soft floral note. Oh, it's a soy candle. Oh, I know what I'm burning today. Wow. Do you guys do subscription boxes? And if so, who do you use? Have you ever done Daisy Stitch Co? I highly, highly, highly recommend this. This is outstanding. I'm just blown away. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And then I believe she includes, I don't think she did in mine because it's not necessary, obviously, but she either includes a printed version of the pattern or she includes a download code, something along those lines. But yeah, wow. These colors, I'm dying. I cannot wait. As you guys know, I'm not a huge sock knitter, but I cannot wait to cast these on. This would make a gorgeous shawl too, but I really want it to be something that I will get a lot of use out of, and I'm just not a shawl wearer. But oh my goodness. Who else loves blue and green? Obviously, only reason I hate doing this now is you obviously can't get a hold of the August box subscription anymore, but I'm gonna go check out her website and see what is next. She does, I don't think it is a surprise as far as the colorways are concerned, but I think the pattern and all of the extra goodies are surprises. I wasn't expecting it. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. And I think that is it for this time. This is a shorter episode. We're only at an hour and 4 minutes. And once I cut out all of my running back and forth, I didn't have that too much today. Yay! But yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I did want to, something must have happened with my printing. Either I got sidetracked and didn't finish, or the computer didn't finish, one or the other. Because I did want to talk about, yeah, it didn't print for some reason. Like I said, either I didn't print it or, anyway. There is another sweater that I'm going to be making, one for myself and one for my daughter. This is gorgeous. I recently, obviously, discovered this designer, Another Knit. And her aesthetic, her design, her style is so cute. I love it. It's unique, it's different than just the regular. This is called, I'm gonna try to show it. No, you know what? I'm just gonna pop the picture up here because it'll just have glares and everything else. So this is called Another Open Back Sweater. And it is just beautiful. Now she has this in a short sleeve version and the long sleeve version. I'm pretty sure we're going to do the long sleeve version. I just think, once again, with distressed jeans and this gorgeous open back, and the sleeves are kind of ballooned, the bodice of it is ribbed, so it's going to be flattering as far as the, you know, it will hug. It is just so cute. And then ties in the back with a bow. Oh my gosh. I'm really into the bows and the balloons, like the more feminine things right now. I do love my classic styles that never, you know, classic silhouettes, classic lines that never go out of style. But I think I'm kind of in the mood for some more trendy designs right now. It's just where I am mentally. So that will definitely be a cast on very soon. I'm not sure how long my sweater #1, Saturday night sweater, or what, it's closer to sweater #1, so I'll just call it that. I'm not sure how long that's going to take, and I do want to do 2 of those because I did buy that same yarn in a very, very, very pale blush, and it has a pink pearly blush core to it, so it's pink on pink. I think that would look really good with some black jeans. I think that'll be stunning. So I do want to do both of those. So I'm not sure if I'll get to the open back sweater by the end of September. Plus I have a lot of things going on. I currently have the classic candy corn that's getting ready to be released. Yay! And I have 2 other designs in process with knit picks. One of them I need to get released really soon. The other one I'm going to contact them. It's a summer design. I'm going to contact them and see if I can hold off on the release of that one until next year. I think it just got pushed to the side because I ended up taking on the classic candy corn. That one got pushed to the side, and I already got the okay for the other one is a cardigan, which I've shown on here before, the brown tweedy cardigan. I put that one on the back burner to finish up the classic candy corn. In the meantime, I have decided that even though I love the ribbing that I did on the hem of this, it just doesn't work with this yarn. And I knew as I was doing it that it just wasn't working. You can't really see it and appreciate the amount of work that went into it. And it is a lot of work that goes into this particular ribbing. So as much as I hate to rip it out, because I do have a lot of time invested in it, I just don't think it works with this yarn. So I'm going to rip it out and do a different rib. I think I'm just going to keep it a lot more simple. Thinking of doing a half fisherman's rib for the bottom. So yeah, I need to get, that will be next up for testing. And then, and I also have, I told you I have a lot going on. I also have another Knit Picks collaboration that I need to get going ASAP. It is going to be a placemat. So that one's not a huge project, but it is stranded color work. and I haven't really worked through all of the construction on that yet. So I really need to hop on that, hop on the cardigan, and then if they end up choosing one or two of these, that's going to be a lot. I'm hoping they only choose one. I submitted two, hoping they would choose one of the two. So we'll see, because two may be a bit much. On top of that, I still have Christmas knits I need to get. I've totally flubbed on that. So yeah, I've got to get Christmas knits going. I've got those two patterns going. Well, three, one's almost done. And then the other one, like I said, I'm going to see if they will allow me to hold off on that one until the spring. If that's the case, then yeah, that'll be a little bit easier for me to focus on the other two that are a little more involved. And then I'm wanting to do all of these other designers patterns. There's just not enough time in the day, is there? But, woo! Sorry about that. That cough came out of nowhere. I've got something in my throat tickling. Okay, with that, I think I need to go. I will see you next month, and thank you so much for stopping by. I always am so happy to have you stop by. I know my last two podcasts, the release date on those was tragic. It was just tragic. I don't even think hardly anyone has seen the last two podcasts. I ended up releasing them back to back at a not normal time for me. So yeah, hopefully this one will get out a little bit more. Thanks for stopping by, and have fun knitting. And if you're not having fun knitting, find a different project to work on. And I will see you next time.